Hi, Virgo. How are you? Welcome. Namaste, motherfuckers. It's going to be a good day. um, what are we doing? Let's do steampunk today. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take the shoe if it don't fit. We had one heck of a storm yesterday. It like came in and left, and like tornado winds. Like my computers went down at work forever. We were back in the Renaissance. Walking our chits back there that we wrote down for the cooks. And then I've got to write it down so good so then they can understand it. Because my writing is like chicken scratch sometimes. Okay. Are we ready? We are. Okay. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Ooh. Oof, I'm already starting to sweat. This storm like broke up all the energy last night, so it was like 10 degrees, which is why I love this place. Is the nighttime is so cool. And now it's like another fucking heat wave. We're having a heat wave. A tropical heat wave. Oof. All right. Okay. This is kind of a fucked up reading. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Having a heat wave is exactly accurate for this motherfucker. Okay. So we've got two people on both sides of this girl. Okay. We've got a Page of Cups. And we've got a Knight of Pentacles. Okay? So, from the looks of it, something is breaking up these people. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that they're together. I have absolutely no idea what the relationship is. But these two people are being separated because of this Knight of Pentacles. So, this Knight of Pentacles is also this King of Pentacles. Okay? So from the looks of it, he has taken some type of attachment, okay, with the Lovers here, and will not walk away. 8 of Cups. Okay? They want, and okay, so this is going to go on this side because she's breaking free. Okay, so then with this Page of Cups energy, we have like the worst cards ever. Well, not really, but 8 of Swords, okay, completely confined. 8 of Wands in reverse, going nowhere, okay? And they can't make a decision, 3 of Wands, because there's nowhere to go. So it's like literally like this Page of Cups is trapped, okay? All they can do is work. That's it, okay? Ha! As my sister just turned on the hair dryer because she's going to work, literally, okay? So the whole point of this is to get this woman out of this situation, okay? That's what I feel like. I feel like somebody, this King of Pentacles, okay, like it could be marriage, it could be contract, it could be a boss. Somebody refuses to leave you alone. Okay? Now, you know this. You know that this person's thought frame is lying. Okay? They are not doing what they say that they're doing. They do not love you the way that they say that they love you. You know the truth, which is why you're the Page of Swords. Okay? It's almost like maybe you've been spying on this King of Pentacles to be like, look at this motherfucker won't leave me alone, but he's sleeping with 7 other people, but he has to come home to me, right? It's or it could be like a father figure who says that they love you unconditionally, and then every time you need help, every time you can't find the words, every time you can't move and you can't make a decision, you call him up, but he doesn't help you. So it's like, how can you say you love me? How can you say you care about me? How can you say you want me around when you do absolutely nothing for me but make me come to you and give you all my emotion? That's what this person makes you do. And that's a true narcissist, okay? Taking everything in from themselves and then making you feel like shit when you don't deliver that one thing you're supposed to deliver when they don't do anything at all, okay? Other than basically fight everybody, thinking that they're right all the time, okay? You get mad at them, they change the story around, they get mad at you. And you're like, okay, how did this just turn into you now being mad at me for what you did? That's a true narcissist. Being able to change a story around just like that to make you the victim, now the villain? Some reason I feel like you're smarter than that. So, when you 6 of Swords out of this, okay, so when you find the words to be able to leave the situation behind, all of the swords that are in your heart disappear. So this person has this King of Pentacles, okay, / Knight of Pentacles, who moves like molasses on a hot day, okay? Actually, no, moves like molasses on a cold day. When you walk away from this person, okay, you might have to take some things with you. Meaning you might have to take some furniture with you. You might have to take some bad times with you. You might have to take some words with you. You might have to take a lot of things with you in order just to get away from this person, okay? But the universe is like, you know that by getting away from this person, it's your ultimate freedom. Freedom 55. I just heard, okay? I don't really know what that means. But obviously you're going to be released from chains as of 55. Which you could be very far away from that, which means the faster you release them, the more that's going to come in for you, okay? Because from the looks of it, this king is siphoning off somebody, which is why they're the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. They move super slowly, but they've acquired everything that they need to just stand still. This person's not moving, okay? They don't grow, they don't change, they don't move. I just saw like wardrobe, so their wardrobe like never changes. They're just set in stone on one particular day, and they're just riding that day out for the rest of their life, okay? So, I want to see what Hush has to say about this. About this King of Pentacles. There's the 9 of Pentacles again. See? Breaking free, okay? You have to find strength in something. 2 of Wands. With the 2 of Swords. So there is definitely a crossroads here. There's a standstill. Okay, and ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it's almost like, now look at these women. Oh man. Okay, so see how both of these women are looking at that Queen of Pentacles in the middle? So it's like, the way that I see this is, I kind of see that one, I have to tilt my fan because I'm sweating like a motherfucker. I want to break free. Is that Queen? Yes, this Queen wants to break free. Wow. You know, I woke up with the song Born to Be Wild in my head this morning. Like, you know, at the beginning, get your motor running. That's what I woke up with, okay? Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. Oh, man. You were born to do this. You're going to make it happen. So I feel like maybe this is a wife and a husband. Okay, and this wife needs to break free. It's like, actually, you know what I was watching last night? Mrs. Doubtfire. Surprisingly, for the 1 millionth time. And I'm getting brought to when they separate in the beginning. And Miranda's like, we can't do this anymore. Like, I have to leave you. And the thing is that when you see it, you know, sometimes you get with a person, right? And you could be super young. And you marry them, and 20 years later, you kind of go, why are we doing this? Like, I don't love you the way that I did. You know, people change, they evolve, they grow. Well, and at the same time, some people stay the exact same. Like my father, he's a child. He acts like a child. And he's still, you know, 15, 16 years old in his head. And he still acts that way on the outside. Just because he can get angry and he can put his foot down, so can 16-year-olds, right? Just because he had kids doesn't make him an adult. Doesn't make him anything. Right? You know how to shoot your load into a chick. Congratulations. But you know, there's that kind of mentality of like being like saying that you're a parent and actually being a parent are two totally different things. So being in a marriage is something totally different than two people actually being in love and being together. Two totally different things. Actually, the first man I served yesterday looked like Vito. He came into my work. He was 80 years old, married for 52 years, and he was Italian. We spoke a little Italian together. It was hilarious because I don't really know Italian, but I can understand it sometimes. So we spoke a little Italian together, and I was like, Vito? Like, are you here? And he told me he's been married for 52 years and he's got all these kids and all these grandkids. And he's like, you know, somebody ought to give me a medal. I was like, why do the guys say that? You know, what, you've had a commitment for 30 years and you think you need a reward? Because a lot of people, they do. They get into relationships, they think they've done all, you know, so good. And they think that an award is actually attached to that. There is no award for being a good spouse. There's no award for being a parent. It's called good parenting, means good outcome with your kids. That's the reward, is that your kids don't turn out to be bastards and they turn out to be great people because of how much work you put into it, right? So it's almost like, I feel like this queen has to break free, okay? That there's this King of Pentacles is just, he's moving way too slow. He doesn't want to do anything. And when you're at that point of your relationship where you know you have to try, and then everybody stops and you're like, well, I can't do this all on my own. Like, if you're not willing to work with me, how are we gonna fix this? Like, I can't take us both out on a date if you're not gonna get ready. I can't book us to go here if now all of a sudden you don't wanna go. Or if you're not going to mentally be there, because that's another thing. It's like sometimes people are physically there, but mentally they're not. They're on their phone, they're on their laptop, they're doing everything but be in the current moment. That's why I don't have social media. It takes me too out of my head and into other people's lives when I don't really need to be in other people's lives. right? Like, I can go on social media like anybody else. I just look like a major creep because I'm creeping and I don't have an account, right? When you realize that just because everybody else is doing it, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it. That's a huge break free moment, because then you're like, wow, you can really see what society does to people and how much people just monkey see, monkey do. Like, oh, buddy's on my phone. Okay, well, I'm going to pick up my phone now and look in. Oh, she's on her phone. All right, I'm going to go look on my phone. Oh, they're watching TV. Okay, I'm going to watch TV. Like, right? It's kind of like everybody just does the same thing. So I feel like this queen has to get away from that. Her independence is what's calling her. Okay? Wow, there's the King of Wands action. See how they're kind of like he's taking the string from that person's mouth, right? Because somebody's mouth has been quieted. It's like maybe this person took your voice away from you and you just do everything they say. And like I honestly, I serve people like that all the time, especially past the 60s. You know, like two people will sit down and the woman has no idea what to order, and then the man is just done with it. So he's like, just order already. Oh, I know what she wants. Get her blah, blah, blah. And like you can feel like the anger in people for being together for so long. And I know that my grandfather and my grandmother took that vow way too seriously. Like, they took their marriage vows as now my father is taking his marriage vows with his wife. They feel like they are the only two that are supposed to be together. Okay? And they're allowed to ruin as many people's lives around it as long as they keep their wife happy. That's not how a marriage is supposed to be. Okay? And that's the thing. What Vito said to me yesterday, I forget what his name was. I got his name, but I forget. He even said, he goes, well, you know, my wife is super happy. Happy wife, happy life. You know that doesn't exist, right? Just because you have a happy life, it doesn't mean your wife is going to be happy. Okay? You could give her $1 million every day. If you're not there, doing something, participating, what's this person supposed to do? Other than feel like they're chained to a house while the other one just goes out and does whatever they want. Okay? No. Two can play at that game. Okay? So it's like these birds have come in to remove the stitching around your mouth so you can speak now. Okay? Whatever's held your mouth shut is no longer, it's like you find the strength, which is Leo here. Okay? You find the strength to remove those wires and speak. Because I think once somebody hears the truth, like once you say the truth to somebody about how much they've held you down and how much they've taken the words from your mouth and they've held you in contempt and they won't let you move, soon as you break free and you say that to them, oh my God, I can only imagine what this motherfucker is going to do when he looks at you. Or she, you know, like, again, change the energies if you have to. I'm just going to read it the way that it comes out. But, I mean, men get demasculated as much as women do in relationships, right? There's way more powerful women out there that are ready to completely destroy a man's ego from the ground up, right? And, like, I mean, that's also, you know, no matter which way you go, it's a very unhealthy, okay? Very, very unhealthy. When somebody doesn't allow you to speak, okay? Or when they say something like, you're too emotional about this. Calm down. No need to freak out like you are. Though that person is trying to take those emotions away so then they can control the situation and control how you feel about it. Sometimes I do find when you express emotionally what's going on and people are emotionally retarded, they don't know how to accept it, they're going to tell you to be quiet. Or they're going to hush you, or they're going to go, oh, yeah, I know. I go through the same thing. No, you don't. Two totally different people. Two totally different scenarios. Two totally different reasons, right? But when somebody tries to put you in that cup, like, oh, you're just like me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Why would you say that, right? Even your kids are not going to be just like you. They're going to build their own little personalities in their heads based off what they see, right? And I've been watching this kid oh my gosh, on YouTube. And I guess he must be neighbors with this person. Anyways, this little kid goes up and talks to the ringer, you know, the doorbell ringer or whatever. You know how it like records people now when you walk up to the front porch, your doorbell goes off. So he goes up and apologizes to this video all the time instead of just speaking to the kid. So obviously these people have put it up. And he is so much like his father. Like he'll say something and his dad will come up behind him and he'll think of a lie in 2 seconds. And that to me is like red flag. Like if your son is lying as fast as he is, where did he learn that from? And then the dad even admitted, sorry about my kid, he's me, right? Your kids will absorb everything that you do, whether you think they do or not. And the same with this queen, right? She's gonna absorb everything that's around her because she's standing still, she can't move. So all she's gonna be doing is watching everything that's going on and figuring out when she can sneak out the back door when no one's gonna notice. Because she wants to break free. Queen! I swear, that's Queen who sings that song. I saw this Queen musical once, downtown Toronto. My ex-boyfriend took me. I'd never seen a musical like that before, and I didn't really know Queen. Oh my God, it was amazing. I forget what it was called, but this was like 17 years ago. So it was a really, really long time ago. And I've been a fan of Queen ever since. I don't listen to them, like I don't put them on in like the car or anything, but whenever I hear them, I'm always like, Queen. I remember that musical. It was so good. Like, they put so much energy into it. I hope Queen saw it because it was an amazing performance. Wow. You would not just believe who just came out in the reading. The Devil, the Hermit, oh sorry, the Emperor and the Hermit. 3 major arcana just came out in that last couple seconds of me shuffling. Which means, honestly, I think the kind of like the way that I feel about this is, someone's definitely making, this Emperor I think is definitely making somebody hide. Like they're confined and they're not allowed to leave, you know? Oh, and this, okay, I was wondering. So there's this other video that I watched on YouTube. And this woman, so these neighbors have been trying to contact the police for over a year because their female neighbor disappeared. And they didn't know, they knew that she was in the house, but they didn't know what the fuck was going on. The husband never let her come out, or the boyfriend never let her come out, or something like that. A year later, she made it to the neighbor's house and she was like bruised from head to toe, bawling her eyes out. She finally got out of the house. So he had kept her kidnapped for over a year and nobody had seen her. And like now I'm kind of getting that. What's on the top of the deck? Ooh, Page of Wands. Oh my gosh, look at that. You see how she's dragging that huge kind of like mechanical balloon bowl, right? That to me is like someone's been controlling somebody. Making them do everything that they say. Ew, creepy. And hiding you. Playing like devil's advocate, making you do things, or making somebody do things that they don't want to do. And this is the Devil. So it's like this person, I feel, okay, this Emperor, I feel is possessed by a devil. Some demonic energy that's forcing them to create this illusion around this woman that says this woman loves them, but really they don't. They're just keeping them captive. And like, again, take what resonates, leave the rest. If you're not being held captive right now, okay, then think of it this way. Somebody could have control of your emotions and you don't know. And they've been keeping you captive inside because they won't let you say anything. Because they keep almost like attacking your character. If you say something, it's always a lie. And my father did that to me. He still does that to me. If I say something, he'll say he believes me in the moment, but then he'll go back to his wife or he'll go back to his dad and tell people that I'm lying, right? Oh, my daughter said this and my daughter said that, but I know she's lying. And that kind of, it makes you never want to tell the truth again. You're just like, okay, well, if you're going to constantly just say I'm lying, I'm never going to speak to you again. And that's almost like this, right? It's like maybe this person just constantly shut you up, right? And everything you say, they almost like mastermind it and override it, right? Like they take you as being somebody who's vulnerable, doesn't know what they're talking about. So they have to speak over you, right? Because they think that you're hurting yourself by lying, but you're not lying. They've taken all your words from you. So how can you be lying? They've taken the ability to speak away from you, okay? Which is like being able to speak would be the fair way. This isn't fair, okay? Especially if someone's making you do a job that you don't want to do, but they're like, we need the money. So they're like forcing you to do something and work somehow so then they get paid. And actually, this brings me to a guy that I work with, one of my favorite people ever. I work with him. He's in the best mood all the time. He's just a great guy. I didn't even realize how old he was. He's got like a 29-year-old. And I'm like, yo, you look 19 years old. It's incredible how people can look, right? Depending on how they feel. And he told me, he's like, I'm not sending money back home anymore. Actually, he told my sister. My sister told me. I haven't talked to him about it. Obviously, I won't. But he, if I wanted to talk to him about it, he would tell me. But he's been sending money back home to the Philippines for 15 years, 20 years, something like that, since he's been here. And he's not doing it anymore. He put his foot down. He's like, my family is not doing this to me anymore. I don't care that they're poor and in their whatever is going on with them. They apparently just use him and they expect him to send all of his money back home. He's got 3 kids to feed. He has rent to pay. He has a wife. He has parents. He can't just be sending money back to his family all the time. He's like, I don't have it. Okay. He makes like $17 an hour. Okay. Do the math yourself on a 40-hour week and having to spend all your money on living expenses. That shit ain't easy. Okay. On that little bit of money. Are you kidding? And like now I feel like that, like his family was controlling him, but they were controlling him from another country. Okay, so that could be another thing. Like maybe someone's controlling your actions and they're not even around you. They're 3 plane rides away from you and they're still getting under your skin. They're still attacking you somehow and taking words away from you. That's where you can if it makes sense, see where it makes sense. If it doesn't, just shut it off or just watch me because I'm amazing. It doesn't matter. But don't take advice if you don't need it. Okay? Clearly, I really feel like this woman needs this advice. Okay? Because there are shelters out there. Trust me, I've been there. I've known what it's like to run from a very bad situation. And there are people out there that will help you. Yes, you have to start from the bottom. Yes, you're going to be broke. Yes, you're going to be vulnerable and people are going to have to help you. But would you rather be rebuilding your life or staying held captive? You have to decide that. I have to pick up the energy to help you. That's really all I can do. Right? I can't tell you what to do. I can't say that this is 100% for you. I mean, it's readings. It's all energy. It has to come out the way it comes out so then it helps the most that it can that are watching it and trying to benefit from it. This isn't really a channel about popularity. It's not really a channel about how many views I get. It's more about what the fuck is going on. Okay, and I take that as that because every channel that I've started has been totally different. Some have popped off really fast and have completely fluttered my fucking inbox with, 300-400 readings at a time, right? And then other times a reading, a channel goes like this, it goes very slow and it just works with the collective. You got to take what works for you. Right? And what works for everybody else and not just what is going to make you a lot of money or who's going to, keep you situated tonight. It's like you really have to think about yourself because there are a lot of dangerous situations out there and a lot of really dangerous people that will hurt you. And it's everyday shit. It's not like, oh, that's never going to happen to me. That's never going to happen to me. Those things that you say can never happen to you can happen to you. Okay? I've seen the worst things happen to people who are just like, I didn't think that would happen. No. Because you think anybody thinks that bad shit's going to happen to them? I mean, you know that stuff's going to happen to you, obviously, along the way. But I don't think you're ever anticipating, like, losing your house or losing your spouse or losing all your money or claiming bankruptcy, right? Those are not childhood dreams, okay? Those are what nightmares are made out of. And life, as we know it, is one giant nightmare, okay? It's just whether or not you survive it. I had a dream last night. It had to have been a nightmare that I smashed my whole fucking closet doors, and like I acted it out, and like moved my bed and moved all my stuff, because I actually thought last night that I smashed my glass on my closet, but I didn't. I woke up and I was like, that was the worst nightmare ever, like, because I was acting it out in real life, because I was like half awake, half sleeping. So I was like trying to clean up glass that wasn't there. So, like, I don't know what the fuck that was about. My dreams were fucked last night. You really gotta, like, pay attention to what's going on, because something might be breaking. And where things are broken, other things are found and replaced. So, anyways, I hope this makes sense to somebody. It's kind of a weird reading to get, but anyways, looks like two people splitting up, and for good reason. So anyways, peace out. If you want a reading, let me know. WhitneyMoonshine@gmail.com. If you don't, just enjoy. Because I'm fabulous. I'm getting used to that now. Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Don't get too hot. It is popping off. Woo! I just got sweat just running down me right now. I don't even know why. I don't even feel hot, but apparently I am. Yeah. Namaste. Namaste.